Hi, and welcome to Ephemera Collector. Today I want to share with you a publication called Your Weekly Shopping Guide, which was, and still is, mailed to homes in and around Kezar Falls, Maine. It consists of 7 double-sided sheets of paper stapled together at the upper left corner. It's dated Thursday, November 21st, 1963, and gives a fascinating glimpse of small-town America at that time. Just one day later, the country would be devastated by the assassination of President John F. Kennedy. But on this date, a week before Thanksgiving, most people were probably happily planning for the big meal. Cool Broths, which has the front page, apparently no longer exists, as is the case for nearly all of the businesses advertising here. One thing I noticed in here is that many of the grocery stores have this nationwide logo in their ads. I looked it up and found that it was a cooperative of independent grocers headquartered in Brockton, Mass. Check out the prices here. Stew beef, 49 cents a pound. I've heard of hot dogs called frankfurters, but this is the first time I've seen them called frankforts. 2 pounds for 79 cents. Capons, advertised here along with turkeys for Thanksgiving, are another thing you don't really see anymore. The second page has an ad for another nationwide store, Kelly's Market of Kezar Falls. I see they have oleo, 6 pounds for $1. Oleo is what they used to call margarine back in the day. Does anyone know somebody who still uses the term oleo? If you do, leave me a comment. I'm curious to know. There's also an ad for a local jeweler, C.J. Hammond of Kezar Falls, advertising watches. The annual Thanksgiving Beano at the Kezar Falls Fire Department was just a few days away. The coming events, which you have to have good eyesight to read, includes a couple of bean suppers, which if you're not from Maine is a thing we still do here, and the Ladies' Guild of Cornish was having a pie sale. Page 3 features ads for the movies showing at the Playhouse Theater of Kezar Falls, and another nationwide store ad. The movies that week included Flipper, The Fabulous Dolphin, Dr. No, which was the first James Bond film, starring James Connery, it says here. I guess nobody knew who he was yet. Vincent Price in Diary of a Madman, and not one but 2 Frankie Avalon films. Woods Nationwide of East Baldwin was apparently not selling turkeys, but they had blue Hubbard squash, 5 cents a pound for your Thanksgiving table. And for your cat's holiday meal, they had Kitty Snicker cat food, 4 cans for $1. I wonder whatever happened to that brand. The next 2 pages include a map and a letter about the proposed expansion of the school district to include the towns of Alfred and/or Porter. The citizens who sponsored this 2-page spread were in favor of adding Porter, but not Alfred. I have no idea how the vote turned out, but the school districts have been reorganized since then. Page 6 has an ad for heating oil and one for Stewart Motors offering some used cars. A 1959 Ford Fairlane 4-door with the luxuries of a radio and heater for just $795. There's also a section of church announcements. Once again, you'll have to get out your magnifying glass. On page 7, Worthmore Stores of Steep Falls and Cornish was advertising storm and screen windows and doors. I noticed that they still used the old-style phone number, Orchard 52101. Holland's Cash Market in South Hiram was taking turkey orders not later than Sunday night, which would have been just 4 days before Thanksgiving. In those days, most turkeys were still sold fresh, not frozen. They also advertised Fro-Joy ice cream for 69 cents a half gallon. They had Crisco for 77 cents, but also Fluffo, another brand of shortening. Fluffo had yellow food coloring to make it look more like butter. On page 8, another used car dealer. This one is Churchill Motors of Kezar Falls. They had Jeep station wagons and a Jeep pickup for sale. There's also a section of classifieds. Items for sale, business services, and all kinds of miscellaneous notices. One reads, Mrs. Iva Harris of West Baldwin is in the osteopathic hospital in Portland and desperately needs blood donors. Hopefully she got the help she needed. Opie's Lakeside Variety Store was advertising that they would be open all winter. The stores in Maine are now mostly open all year, but a lot of restaurants, especially those that cater to summer residents, still close for part or all of the winter. Page 9 is a full-page ad for Goodwin's of Kezar Falls. If you're not from this area, I should mention that Kezar Falls is a community but not a town. Part of it is located in the town of Porter, and part of it is in the town of Parsonsfield. Goodwin's had some frozen butterball turkeys in addition to the fresh ones, but you had to order them as well. New York sirloin, 83 cents a pound. Sage cheese, 79 cents a pound. I wonder if that was a brand name or if it was just cheese with sage in it. Goodwin's sold other things besides groceries. They're advertising pants, pack boots, and ammunition as well. Red and White Foods was another organization of independently owned grocery stores. The next page features an ad for a fruit and vegetable market, the Saco Valley Sales Room in Cornish. Irma's apparel shop in Kezar Falls is also featured. You'll be delighted with this top-mode frock. Robert J. Fortin of Westbrook was an authorized dealer of Beal's furniture, which was made in Portland, Maine. I love this from the Saco Valley Sales Room ad. Sweet cider, straight from the barrel, bring your own container. Can't get more country than that. How Oil Company encouraged readers to switch to a modern oil-powered furnace. Page 10 has an ad for Suburban Propane from Norton Hardware. They're actually still in business, but the name is now Kezar Falls Hardware. Walker Chevrolet had some nice used cars listed, including some Chevy Bel Airs, although they don't give the prices. They were apparently in business until recent years. You can still find a listing for them online, although it says permanently closed. The gift shop of Kezar Falls was a Hallmark dealer. M.H. Pierce of Hiram offered oil burner and gas appliance service. Here's another nationwide store on page 11, McDonald's in Porter Village. They had the usual groceries, but also offered film developing. Common crackers are a New England thing, but they're hard to find these days. The Save Mart in Kezar Falls was open for one last Saturday before closing for the season. To fill up space on the pages, the publishers added little jokes and comments. Everything in the modern home is operated by switches, except children, who often need it most. I don't think you could get away with publishing that nowadays. The Legion Hall in East Baldwin was having a turkey shoot, which is apparently a target shooting contest, not shooting actual turkeys. The Cold Spot, love that name, advertised a complete turkey dinner for just $2.25. Welch's discount store in Kezar Falls had the whole next page, and this is the first mention of Christmas we've seen so far. Oh, how times have changed. They've got children's record players for $8.99, toys and dolls, holiday decorations, and more. It says, for an easy December, shop in November. This is another business that has closed in recent years, I think. And finally, on the last page, Ryan's Supermarket of Cornish, an IGA store, had all the necessary stuff for a great Thanksgiving. It's interesting that they sold turkeys by gender, 16 to 20-pound toms and 8 to 14-pound hens. They had Ocean Spray cranberry sauce in number 300 tins, 2 for 45 cents. Anybody know how big a number 300 tin is? Leave me a comment if you do. They included a coupon for 100 extra S&H green stamps with the $5 purchase. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this look at Thanksgiving shopping in 1963 with your weekly shopping guide. I was happy to find that this publication is still going strong, run by the son and daughter-in-law of the original publishers. Check out their website at ywsg.com. Thanks for joining me today, and see you next time.